Can you imagine if we do like the mathematical calculations?
Already done it.
Of the math. I already did the math.
I did the math.
You lost. Hey there, everybody. I'm JR.
Brian.
Isaiah.
We are Eclectic Nerds. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to have a quick little discussion. Actually, it's probably going to be a little longer than we expected because it's one of those videos that is going to result into a deep dive. As you guys all know, we are eclectic nerds, and eclectic meaning we get our sources and our information from multiple avenues, and one of the things that we are very passionate about is anime.
Yes.
Growing up, it was something that wasn't too popular, but now it's at the forefront of pop culture, and who doesn't know anime at this point? So we being hitting our late 20s, early 30s, we can say that we been with the big three, the OG big three, and many kind of debate what are the big three. So today we're going to discuss what's our big three, what got us into anime, what are we currently watching, and how does it affected us in our everyday lives, if at all. We'll see in this discussion. All right, before we get started, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share our video. Click that notification bell so anytime we upload something, you guys are aware of it. Off the bat, man, who wants to get us started? Anime. What got you into anime? Let's start off with that.
Obviously, for me, I'll jump in first. Number one, Toonami. Toonami is for those that don't know, Toonami was a block of anime and cartoons that came on late nights. So if you had access to Cartoon Network and you stayed up late enough, you can get a little bit of extra. And the extra was anime. My older brothers were super into anime, so they were on like the Dragon Ball, 90s Dragon Ball wave. And I got in on Toonami because they were watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami, and I would stay up and watch like that with them, and then Naruto and Inuyasha and all that stuff. But the one that got me into anime and is still forever my number one is Samurai Champloo, the greatest anime ever. It's so good.
That is a statement.
It is for me anyway. I know that that's not a very common take, but for me, I feel like it's one of those things where you feel like a show is made directly for you, because it was everything that I loved at the time. It was samurais, it was hip hop, it was a journey with a ragtag bunch of munchkins, and it was exactly what I needed in that time, because I felt like at the time especially it was just me and my two best friends versus the entire world. So it was like right taste, right place, right time. Personally, I'm a really big Shinichiro Watanabe fan. That's the director of Samurai Champloo. He has my number 2 spot as well for Cowboy Bebop, because I did not watch, I watched individual episodes of Bebop on Toonami, but for any of y'all that grew up in a time before everything was available on the internet, you would have to watch it as you saw it. So if you missed an episode, then you would have to wait until like the reruns of that episode, which did not happen all the time. So the first time I watched Cowboy Bebop all the way through, I was an adult. I was very sad because life was hard, and another right place, right time for me with Bebop, because it was just the exact thing that I needed at the time. For number 3, I don't really know. I can't. There's a lot. There's so many. Probably Naruto, I would say, would be my number 3. Just because it was the first shonen that I really got invested in. So it was a lot of like, I see myself in X character type stuff going on. Mostly Rock Lee, because everybody saw themselves in Rock Lee, because we're all the same person.
Damn.
But yeah, Naruto would probably be my number 3. Super relatable in the beginning. And then the scope and scale of it at the end, you know what I'm saying? The whole ride in between. Obviously, there's a lot of filler, and that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But I think Naruto would probably make my top 3 as well. Specifically, late game Naruto, or like the very early bits of Naruto, so like Chunin exams and stuff like that, and then late game Naruto. Those 2 parts of the series really hit home for me. Chunin exams, just comparing yourself to others and all that kind of stuff when you're growing up with it, and then late game Naruto, just the spectacle, Madara fighting everybody, and then lastly, the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke, after seeing that whole, that whole relationship blossom and crumble and blossom and, what I'm saying, like do all the ups and downs, that last fight was super crazy. And then the little extra icing on the cake is the Naruto and Sasuke fighting Momoshiki, the greatest anime fight scene of all time. I don't care. It's so good. Oh my god.
I see you're very passionate.
Right.
Rightfully so, bro. That should go hard.
It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, those are my three. Like I said, the one that got me into it was Shampoo, but that will always be my number one forever and always. It's my phone back screen. It's my wallpaper. it's everywhere. That thing, I love that anime so much. And then Bebop and Naruto. That's it for me.
Cool. Brian, what got you into anime?
I'll probably it's the same thing as Isaiah, just because we're close in age, the Toonami era. But to me, I think when I saw Dragon Ball, I didn't know it was anime. I just knew, it was a staple at that point. It was everywhere, especially like growing up. And I mean, you can vouch for it, like us being Latino, when we did like a lot of like trips to like Mexico and whatnot. Like it was everywhere because Mexico has such a like fanatic scene for that specific anime. So with me, it was just another cartoon. The one that got me like fully interested was probably Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho and Inuyasha was the two ones, because it was I think because the art style was so different, and like when I thought of anime or like that cartoony type of style, all I thought was fighting scenes. That was the first time where there's different plot stories, Kagome, the tournament. There was also introduction to like darker type of art, which it just immediately connected with me. I want to say those are like my top. It's what got me into it. And then later on, finding about what's it called, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is my number one. Absolutely my number one. I could watch that again and again. It just, the storyline, the character development, the fight scenes and that. They're not like crazy from like nowadays, but like it was good. It was strategic, you know what I'm saying? I see like a lot of inspiration from that show and these new shows, especially in the storyline. But yeah, that's my number one. It just anything that has like good, like can show you the goods of goods and like bads of bads and question like life or like the way how things are is always gonna win for me. And that's been the number one, you know what I'm saying, for me. And then number two, I gotta give it to Bleach, because it's of the quote unquote big three, right? Because the standard in society, it's Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece are the big three, right? Bleach for me is what called me, because I love swords. I love the concept of like the afterlife. Again, dark type of art style, especially with the hollows. So that for me is number two, even though it's not the best storyline, of course, because I know the critics of that anime. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I give y'all that, but to me, I watched it. It caught me in. It is what it is. And then number three is hard for me, man, because I want to say Naruto, but Naruto is just a staple. It has to be Naruto, but it has to be Naruto. But at the same time, I want to say Soul Eater. Yeah,
that's a good pull.
Besides, like top two for the second and third, the soundtrack was awesome. In
I was gonna say that earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Yu Yu Hakusho is a great pull because that intro is insane.
But even for Bleach and Soul Eater, they both had like hip hop vibes, and like just dark tones. You know what I'm saying, with like the organ. Bro, it caught me up real quick. I just like that stuff. I also like a lot of Tim Burton stuff, so it explains my picks for top three.
Right,
100%. Man.
Yeah. It's just very dark, and look, I'll black.
Damn, that's true.
Yeah, that's mine.
I guess we'll start with mine. Kind of like you, we would visit Mexico, and the thing about Mexico, they have licensing to a lot of anime prior to the US. So anytime we would travel, I would be exposed to a saga or a show prior to it arriving to the States.
Yeah.
So I would come back feeling like, oh, I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I bet you it's gonna happen, and it'll come true.
And with novellas.
And yeah, exactly. And then people are like, how did you know? Man, you're so good at this. Little do they know, I already saw it. You've
activated my trap card.
my trap card. Perfect segue. Toonami, as always, was a lot of our intros to people in the 90s into anime, and definitely shows like Inuyasha.
Kagome!
Bro, Inuyasha, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, Gundam Wing, Mobile Suit Gundam. Like I like those kind of shows is what got me into it. But prior to that,
side note, can you put an edit of Gundam Mexico on top, please?
oh yeah,
Gundam, yeah. Hey, it's hard.
Yo, talk about Gundam. His suit was literally a poncho, a sombrero, and a pitchfork, bro.
Racist as shit. Came out of a cactus.
Bro.
What?
Hey, I just watched Gundam Wing for the first time like last year. Yeah, last year. And I was going through it and I watched a video. It was every single Gundam ever. And I saw that one and I was like, that's insane.
But
that was the thing that happened.
It happened. It's there. It's historically. It's there, bro. It's in history. So shows like that. But the one that my first exposure to it, I wouldn't say would be Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. It was actually Ronin Warriors. And I'm a big sucker for like samurais and Ronins and shoguns and stuff like that. So that's the one that really got me into it. And that's an older one, right? It wasn't in the 90s. That was from the 80s. I'm not born in the 80s, but with syndication being the thing, it finally got over here to the US, and that's kind of I got into it. I'm open to admit it. Like I rock with Sailor Moon. Tuxedo Rose was a G, bro, for 100%. So Sailor Moon was one of those that I had exposure to. Yu Yu Hakusho, definitely one of my favorites. So like the whole mid 90s 2000s exposure to anime came through that, and at the same time around that era, more and more they're not here. I don't think they do them anymore, but like book fairs were a thing, and they slowly started introducing manga to the West. And I was like, why are they making these books in reverse? I'm thinking the Japanese, they're silly. No, but that's part of their culture, and that's how they go about their writing. So I thought that was cool. And just with that alone, I started reading and started getting into it. As you guys can tell with the back of all this, I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, so that's definitely one of my favorites. I'm not saying it's one of the best. It's one of my personal favorites. Definitely Yu Yu Hakusho and Naruto and and Dragon Ball Z, right? Are in many reasons why I got into it. Cyborg 009 is another one. Like the deep cuts, bro. The deep cuts. Like people forget that it's not just the popular ones. Like if you really watch anime, you can start talking about a bunch of anime.
Yeah, you can get down there.
Yeah, and sometimes you get a little too deep.
Yeah.
The term big three goes by generation.
Yeah.
So our big three is different from the 80s big three.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what it is. Wasn't living all that.
Dragon Ball,
Voltron, and
1900s.
Original.
1900s.
Like OG Gundam, probably.
OG Gundam, yeah.
Probably their top.
Astro Boy is one of like the first.
That was like the 40s though, or 50s.
Again, this to us is new, but it's been around in Japan for ages, man. Like it's a beautiful chronological history of what manga and what anime is to their culture, and that's a whole different conversation. But I think my personal top 3 that I could watch.
There we go.
And like I know I'm not gonna get tired. Number 1, Death Note. Death Note, because it's such an intricate story. It's deep, and it didn't just hit on the cat and mouse aspect of I'm gonna catch L and vice versa. It hit on social issues in a way that makes you root for the villain, right? And I like storylines like that, because we're always cheerio, Superman, blah blah. Nah, bro, give me some dark. Like, let's be real. Sometimes your emotions and justice and society don't align, bro. Message. Secondly, definitely Naruto. I know it sounds very cliche, but
it's a go for a reason, bro.
It's a go for a reason. Like, yes, I'm admit as a fan, the filler arcs are ridiculous.
Crazy.
But if you skip the filler arcs, right?
Skip them.
Just skip them. They're filler for a reason.
There's a website that tells you which one.
Yeah, for sure. And you just get the storyline. Like, it's a great story, man. It's an underdog story. It's a story of somebody who never gave up and truly gave in and achieved their dreams. I relate to it to a sense because I have not just Brian as a brother, but I have another younger brother named Chris. And him and I never really had the best relationship. So because of that, I feel like some of my choices in life have affected him and I. And that's why I resonate with Itachi and Sasuke on so many levels. Because I feel sometimes our storyline kind of goes like that. and it hit me, man. The fight scenes are amazing. I'm even a fan of Boruto as a manga. The anime definitely is a whole different story, but when it's done right, it's done right. And I probably think my third favorite that I can watch and I won't get tired is definitely Yu-Gi-Oh! Like something I just played in the background, and I really like, pot of greed, activate 2 cards.
Do you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! WSub?
What?
Both. I've watched both. I am a true fan, including Season 0 and the original movies.
Because personally, I feel like there's some anime that, like, because I saw them before I understood what anime was, I can't watch them subbed. Like
that's how.
And I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of those for me, where it's like I'm so used to the English. You know what I'm saying?
Dan
like
Green's voice is iconic, bro.
Yeah, the English Pharaoh, the English Yugi, the Seto, like Kaiba, like that. Oh my god! Like
I've watched both, and I can honestly say I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather watch it in English.
Yeah.
When it comes to things that I would rather watch in Japanese, Naruto.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch it in Japanese.
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho, I'd rather watch it in Japanese.
For sure.
Digimon, I'd rather watch it in Japanese. I'm a big Digimon over Pokemon all day. Just controversy out here.
Oh,
battles.
I do not agree.
That's gonna be another video for another day. No, but yeah, those are probably my top 3, man. And I know they're not super popular. I know they're super.
I think we all chose pretty popular shows.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like the fact that my other 2, like Death Note and whatnot.
Death Note's pretty popular, gang.
compared to the popularity.
I mean,
now,
yeah, it's not like a
It's not a top 3.
Yeah, it's not big 3, but
it's not made for everybody. Some people can't.
That's like level 3 anime.
Yeah,
level 1 is like
it's the iceberg.
Yeah. Right.
Iceberg of it.
But it's still up there.
Definitely. Like I've watched a couple episodes of One Piece. There's controversy. Still not a fan.
Hey, tell him.
I give it its respect. Master Ito Senpai.
You look at Brian, bro.
Amazing.
Look at Brian.
Amazing. I haven't watched it. My best friend and Brian and everyone else in the world was like, this is the greatest story ever.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yep.
I give it its due respect. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't fully say. But over 1,000 episodes. My respect to all that creative work. But when the creator says the story starts now, episode 1,000 something, it makes me feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, that's on God.
I told my best friend, that's the last anime before I die. I'm gonna dedicate my last living days to watch, and I better not be disappointed. Because if the last thing I watch is One Piece, and I realize, bruh,
the One Piece was the friends.
One Piece was friendship, and then I close my eyes. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I'll be dead. But I give it its respect. I give it respect because everyone says it's the best one ever. All right, then I want to watch the best thing before I go. Because if it is the best thing, right?
I don't want to spoil every other thing.
Yeah, like how are you gonna have another anime live up to that standard? It's gonna destroy it. Like for example, I went to this metal show, Carolina Rebellion, a metal festival. I haven't gone. I've gone to other shows, but it just doesn't meet the same energy. Like.
Right.
I feel like it ruined shows for me in that sense because I'm like, it was so epic, man. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's that portion of the conversation.
Real quick, I want to touch on this because I feel like when most people do these top 10s, they don't address anime movies ever, right?
Okay.
So do y'all have like a notable anime movie? Obviously, for me, the 2 big ones are Akira and Ghost in the Shell, the original Ghost in the Shell movie. I watch the original Ghost in the Shell movie, and Brian may be able to attest to this. I watch it every single night before I go to sleep. So,
dang.
Yeah.
For real?
Yes. I love that movie so much.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. I love that movie a lot. It is very, very good. I didn't put the Ghost in the Shell anime in my top 3, mostly because I watched the movie so much. Like, and the movie
set the tone.
It's just a different vibe, right? Like the major in the movie is so different from the major in the show. If you know, you know. But yeah, so Akira, Ghost in the Shell. I literally watched the Akira movie last night, and then Ghost in the Shell, original OG. It's perfect. Movies, anybody?
That's so, like Naruto has so many movies.
Oh my god.
Dragon Ball Z has so many movies.
The Frieza one's probably the toughest one.
Naruto the Last.
Yeah.
Naruto the Last
is a hitter, bro.
It really is.
And then the Boruto movie is
it's peak. It's peak Naruto the Last. I mean, it's the last one, so they had to make it.
Yeah, they had to go crazy.
But even that, I think there's other films with Naruto that are pretty good too.
But not only that, but there's other anime ones like Studio Ghibli movies too.
I mean, that's a whole different. It's anime, but it's its own genre. I feel.
Yeah. But it's still anime, bro.
It's still anime, yeah.
Princess Mononoke.
Facts.
Well, Isaiah knows that I have never watched a Studio Ghibli movie. I watched my first one, Forgotten in the Wind.
Forgotten in the Wind. That's a good one.
Forgotten in the Wind. Which one's called?
Something Wind.
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away.
That's what he's talking about. Yeah.
Hey yo, I see why everyone's like.
Bro, them movies are.
Bangers.
Them movies are all timers.
It's a G, bro.
I gotta finish all the other ones.
So is that
you can find them all on HBO Max.
Is that your one, B?
No, probably not.
I want to say some dumb stuff, bro. You ready?
Yeah.
Digimon, the movie.
Oh, hey,
no,
that's right.
Bro, Digimon the movie is my favorite anime movie.
If we're talking about movies, that's the one thing I will, to this day, remember with Ty doing the whistle for Greymon to get up. And he's all singing shit. Bro,
he's about to cry, and then you have Kari. What's wrong, Ty? Like,
shut up.
Damn. Like, bro. And what was it, Parrotmon or something like that? I forgot.
Yeah.
Bro, that scene, the artwork in that is definitely different than the anime that we got. But I think that's what got me into it, bro.
Yeah.
It has a darker tone. It has a darker filter to the animation. Highly recommend. And technically, it's like 2 movies in one. Because it came after technically season 2, right? So it's a little confusing in the story plot and the storyline and how it progressed, but I don't know, man. Something about the unity of people is always a wholesome kind of motif, if you will.
The found family is the thing that drew me to Digimon more than anything, because I think that's like such a important part of life, is finding your found family. Like, obviously you have real family members that you could talk, about a lot of stuff with, but a lot of time having a found family just gives you another outlet for a lot. And if you don't have one of those, I would definitely recommend any of the shows that I recommended, because they're all about that except for Ghost in the Shell.
Assassins.
Finding your found family is such an important aspect of life, and I think that's the thing that really stuck out to me with Digimon specifically, is like the team and group. We don't like each other. Nobody likes each other at the beginning of the show, and then by the end of it, they're like, best friends and
a family.
Yeah,
like that's the reason why I kind of liked it, because I wouldn't say I didn't fit in, but I also didn't feel I was part of anything growing up. Like, I felt a little bit out of place, because from being honest, like I was a chubby kid, still am now. I'm grown, but I'm still chubby.
Chubby boys,
chubby huskies. No, so that was always been a thing. So kids are cruel and whatnot, and so one of the things I learned is how to defend myself. So I just started learning how to roast people. So and that's one thing I kind of related to it. Like, no one in that cast of Digimon would speak to each other on a regular basis, except probably Izzy and Ty, because they were neighbors, right? But everyone else, like Matt was too cool for school, right? Sora was like the tomboyish pretty girl, but had like not low self-esteem, but she just did her own thing. Joe, super anxiety, ADHD. He probably has autism or something, because he was super picky about stuff. Mai, right? Yeah, Mai, pretty girl, bro. She knows she's pretty. She can get international. She has a pass on life. Rich. Right? TK looks up to his brother Matt.
Shout out TK.
TK is the G, bro.
Shout out all the TKs out there in the world, bro. We see you grinding out here.
Yeah, for sure. So he's always trying to like defend his brother, back up his brother, look up to his brother, and in that sense, he feels like he's in the shadow, when in reality, he's the reason why Matt pushes himself, man. And that I could relate that with my 2 younger brothers and their relationship, kind of thing. So like, it was all a thing, bro. And everything has to be relatable. If not, why does it have your attention? Right. On a deeper note.
Fair enough.
And then the other reason why I like Digimon is because they grow up. They don't spend over 10 years the same age, unlike other shows.
10 years to win the one Grandmaster tournament.
Pokemon. I'm talking to you. And the storyline of that Now that we touched that topic, Digimon. Start off as kids, they grew up and they became adults, and there's an ending to that story. And I have yet to see Last Evolution. I want to see it. I cannot find it in any streaming service, and I refuse to buy the digital media. But if you have any ways for me to see it, please put it in the comment section below. But yes, there's growth for those characters, and it's an emotional roller coaster. And when I see shows like that, like Naruto for another example, I was a kid when I started seeing that, and the character was a kid. As the show progressed, the character grew up, as did I, right? And then Naruto the Last, he's in his 30s, close to the age that I'm at now, right? So at that point, it's like you feel
Boruto is in it.
Boruto. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I grew up with that character. Unlike other shows where the character is 10 years old for over.
Hold on. So when we were talking about Pokemon versus Digimon,
30+ years.
I was talking about conceptually, not.
Still better.
I don't think that's true.
It's true.
Not like the shows or whatever. I was talking about like the franchises.
Oh, franchise? Yeah, that's a whole different story. Yeah. But it's because America didn't give it a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Americans are too beauty minded.
I think Pokemon was just the perfect
I'm
story.
an American. What are you saying?
Anyway, I think for Pokemon, I think it was just the perfect storm, and the games carried Pokemon.
Bro, they marketed so beautifully. Like, I'm not dogging on them.
And I'll say this: I think the games carried Pokemon. If Pokemon
card game, the TCG,
I don't think Pokemon survives as a franchise without the games, right? And I think that's the one thing that Digimon lacked, which is why I put Pokemon over Digimon, because the Digimon games that I have played have been ass. So
Rumble Battle 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 1.
I did not play those.
I have those games.
I have those games. You're playing them right now.
You can Digimon.
Set it up. And we're gonna run it back. You gonna tell me Pokemon Battle versus Rumble Royale? Bro.
This man's about to blow a gas.
Rooster Teeth did this, bro. Digimon versus Pokemon. Watch that video. Shout out to Rooster Teeth. R.I.P. You gonna see that? Who gonna win? Greymon or Charizard?
Digimon.
And I love Charizard, bro. That's my favorite Pokemon.
Charizard's like 5'7", bro. What are we talking about?
Another reason why he lost.
Yeah. Like, he should. He's 5'7" fighting a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex, bro.
With a skull. As a helmet.
I would be concerned if he won.
Nova Blast.
Anyway, we did.
Can you imagine if we do like the mathematical calculations?
I already done it.
I already did the math.
I did the math.
You lost. What's stronger by heat?
Yeah, like
flamethrower or the Nova Blast?
Yeah.
Nova Blast kind of sounds.
It's in the name. It's Nova. It's gonna kill
The
it.
fact that it was so quick. I did the math. You liar!
I did the math. Done it already. Pulls out a notepad. And then you see on page 6.
Actually, I have.
It took me 20 pages of calculations.
I wrote my college thesis on this. Like, bro, can you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
No, yeah, but War Grandma wins.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's debating that, right?
Therefore, Digimon wins.
I don't know about that, but go off.
Present your finest warrior to the battle.
Mewtwo, we win.
Bruh. Sorry.
Oh, Arceus, I guess, would be the finest warrior. He's God, so.
Yeah.
But y'all got one of those too, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
we got plenty.
Yeah. Y'all got a couple of them
And
too.
they evolve.
And Jamal.
And when they evolve, they can stay in that form.
Yeah.
Multiple gods, actually.
As long as you have internet connection.
It's like,
That's true. That's the biggest flaw of
That's
Digimon.
funny as
You have
hell.
to be connected to the World Wide Web.
but so we did. B, did you give us a movie already or no?
No, not yet. I'm just thinking about that. There's so many good ones.
There are a lot of good ones.
And I'm trying to remember in general. Like,
He go hit us with some.
no. That's it, not me.
Oh shit! Oh my god, bro, you're dumb.
you know.
You're dumb as hell. Let me say, Oh, that's funny.
I need to breathe. And scene. Proceed.
Won't be.
No, it has to be the Digimon one too.
Mm,
It just is forever cemented in my mind.
for sure.
No, I think the anime movies the thing of that.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Man, you
more-
brought that down so low.
more than the Naruto ones or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so good to me.
Oh, y'all been keeping up with anime recently?
I'm
Yeah.
currently watching Solo Leveling. The one you told me about.
Windbreakers.
Windbreakers. What else? I'm not One Piece, of course.
Mm.
That's a journey in itself. Almost done. It's not that bad. You guys are busy.
So, of the ones that you watched recently, give me one.
Recent Solo Leveling, Windbreakers, and
No, give me one that you recommend for somebody.
Solo Leveling.
Solo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair
That
enough.
thing's great.
If you're not watching it, you
You're
fucking up.
missing out. It's a Korean
You fucking up.
memoir.
No.
And they do it justice.
I believe it's
honestly.
pronounced manhwa, but go off.
Memoir. I have my accent.
Alright.
America.
You have to be accept me culturally.
Okay,
If not,
good.
you're a bigot. So.
Okay.
A very
So,
dirty.
Solo Level.
I saw episode 1 of this. It's Go something. I forgot the name.
Go
of it.
Loser Ranger.
Yes. Literally the reverse of Power Rangers, bro. The Power Rangers in this universe.
It's
Since
Psycho Rangers were the main guys.
yes, it's the Psycho Rangers were at the forefront, and the Putties were the bad guys. One of the Putties like, you know what? I don't want to be a bad guy, so he infiltrates the let's just call them Power Rangers and tries to become one. Kind of like a choosing your destiny story, but it's super messed up.
Also, I like the design. It looked like they got inspiration from like the what Rangers? Was it like? It looked like Zeo and Time Force.
Zeo, Time Force, and Psycho Rangers. Or something.
They pull.
They kind of look like a Common Rider because it has
Yeah.
like a bug aspect. To
That's what I was
their-
about to say. They pull a lot of it from Kamen Rider, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's a bit of everybody in there, so you can kind of see the aspects from everywhere.
That's one that I just started, so I would recommend that if you like just.
And it's just new too.
And it's brand new, so you could just start off the bat.
Yeah.
I think this barely has 2 episodes out.
Watch along.
Well, let's
Solo
discuss.
Leveling is like 6, 7.
Yeah, we like no
10?
Solo Leveling is on episode number 12 right now.
Yeah.
So it's still short. Just bang that out in a day.
Because of my relationship, I'm also watching Spy Family,
Mm.
which is actually really funny.
Yep.
If you like just like a comedy, feel good kind of anime manga, it's pretty good. It also has like a 007 feel to it because there's a lot of espionage and cat and mouse, so that's pretty cool. And then I would like to say, and it's My Hero Academia because I started it and I just haven't finished it.
Really?
As far as like season 5, I'm waiting for the new season because the way it ended so far, I'm like, yo, this finally got good. I also understand the fandom of My Hero Academia. There's some conversation, but that's on a separate show. Aside from that, I think that's what I've been watching recently.
So one recommendation. You only get one.
The Power Ranger one, the Go
Loser Ranger.
Loser Ranger. Yeah, I recommend that for sure.
For me, I've been watching a ton of stuff. Ninja Kamui is out. So I'm gonna tell you right now, like the point I am in my life, if your anime don't got good fight scenes, I'm not watching it. So
That's fair. 100%.
I've been watching Ninja Kamui because the first episode, the second episode, and the third episode was straight hands. That I couldn't tell you what the plot of that show is. Boys is fighting. It's just action scene after action scene with a little glue to stick it together, bro.
The character took one step, and the next scene just.
Yeah.
Hit him with that meme. Just everything falls.
Yeah. So Ninja Kamui I'm watching right now. Like Brian was saying earlier, Windbreakers I'm watching right now. That show is amazing. That the first 2 episodes are out already.
Yep.
Super good. And that would probably be my recommendation for somebody new coming into anime. If you don't know what anime is, you're gonna get essentially the main character of that show is like 99% of anime protagonists. Like walks in with a chip on his shoulder, wants to beat the shit out of people. He commences to doing that, right? So I would probably go that show right now. And then the last thing before we end the video, give me a classic that everybody should see.
A classic?
Classic that everybody should see.
Ronin Warriors.
Fair enough.
Ronin Warriors, bro.
Period. End of sentence.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Period. End of sentence.
Exclamation point. Nah, man, for sure. Anime has definitely shaped my life in many ways.
Even his classic.
Oh, my classic is Samurai Champloo. Greatest anime of all time. It's great.
I don't know, man. You said that Avatar: The Last Airbender was the
Greatest cartoon of all time. Not anime.
We're gonna run back that clip.
Flashback.
Obviously, the greatest cartoon ever made, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
End of flashback.
Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys enjoyed this video and you're still with us, we greatly appreciate you. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media. But more importantly, what's your favorite anime?
I want to see the fights in the comments, baby.
What are your top 3?
Yep. And what's one dog water anime that nobody should ever see?
What do you believe is mid? Let the chaos begin. Let the chaos begin in the comment section below. Share it. Let us know. We'll be in the comment section with you in this awesome discussion. But as always, thank you for joining us. I'm JR.
Right.
Isaiah.
Eclectic Nerds, we're out.
Peace.